G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to see if we can make my BMW shoot flames. So for those that are new to the channel, this is my 2017 BMW S1000RR and I love almost everything about it. It looks good, it's certainly fast enough. I've done a few little mods to it, done some wings, put a custom seat on there, done a couple of tasty little mods just to make it my own. But there's one thing it doesn't do, and that is the typical BMW flames. So I've been sent this by an Amazon seller to see what I think about it. I want to find out today, so we're going to bolt it on. Well, we are going to have to do some cutting because it's not exactly a direct bolt on. We're going to get stuck into it, see what this thing does, and see if it's worth spending $300 on your BMW. So currently the bike does not have a tune on it. It just has a slip-on Akrapovič, however you want to pronounce it. I don't care. It looks great, and that is one of the reasons why I'm not going to a full system. I've seen the Van Diemen systems, I've seen the Arrows, I've seen all of the other options, but none of them look this good. And for me, that is important. I love the way the bike looks. I don't want this giant thing there. I'm aware that it's probably going to be pretty rowdy. It's going to be pretty loud. But at the moment, this big ugly thing, the catalytic converter, it's heavy, it makes it very quiet, and it stops all the fun stuff coming out the back there, which I want to stop. And the main reason for that is I'm going to blame one person that came out on a ride recently. It was the ride that one of the boys had a crash on. And this photo I'm going to pop up on the screen if you haven't seen it is the reason I'm doing this. So like I said, there is currently no tune on the bike, and I'm going to see if we can keep it that way and do this entire thing on a budget. You can buy the little servo buddies, which I think for this bike you actually might need two. They're like 80 or 90 bucks. But in speaking with the guys at Riding Rubber, they said I might not have to do that at all. The Woolwich software, you can get a bin file loaded into this and essentially switch off the servo, which means we can avoid plugging things in, having something else that could go wrong, spending money on things that I don't necessarily need in the future, because eventually I'm sure I'll tune this bike and we'll have to do the delete anyway. So it's going to save me $100 later and it'll be on the bike if we need it. The only reason I'll need it for now is if it does throw an engine code, which I'm assuming it will. I could be wrong. We're going to find out. All right, that's enough of me flapping gums. Let's get this thing on the stand and make it loud. Work boots. Alright guys, we have removed both lower fairings and it's now time to start taking the exhaust off. I'll pull the slip-on off first, get that out of the way, and then we need to cut the catalytic converter off, which I'm not loving, but it's what we've got to do. Get that out of the way. Much easier. So now that we're at this point with the slip-on off the bike, we need to cut the catalytic converter off the bike. So obviously this is not a temporary thing. You're either doing it or you're not. You can risk doing it on the bike, but that's your engine, man. Like, I am not going to risk it. I am going to take the headers off the bike completely, then cut it, because I'm not risking it. I don't trust myself that well. And then I can also do it outside without the bike being there. Not ideal, but it's definitely going to save me a whole lot of potential dramas. Let's get the exhaust off the bike. All right, so to do this semi-properly, you do need to move the radiator and oil cooler out of the way. I'm going to separate them just to see if I can make it even easier. So undo this bad boy, see if we can get them out of the way. And we may need to remove the side fairings, but I'm going to try to avoid that as well. And you can work on a BMW without gloves. So there is a little clip under here. Pop the circlip off. Flippy floppy. I don't know if you need to do that part, but the circlip's there. Don't let me forget. Radiator. How do you get you free? One of them circlip doohickeys. Same sort of thing for the radiator. Little circlip on the bottom. See if we can do this without destroying my oil cooler. That'd be a shit day. Think I'm gonna take the side fairings off. Oh man. Now the main reason I didn't really want to take the side fairings off is because it means I have to take my big old wangs off. And they're 3D printed by me. And I'm concerned that they aren't gonna last too many times if I keep taking them on and off, because you have to flex them a little bit every time. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying. Okay guys, as you can see, they are not a regular standard socket, so you will need a 12-sided socket for these. It is a 10mm, so shouldn't be too hard to get in there. I don't actually think you have to undo the radiator. I'm going to try to do it without moving too much stuff out of the way, because there is a lot of stuff here that I don't want to have to move. So let's get stuck into it and see how we go. And of course, because I didn't plan on taking the headers off, I didn't order new gaskets. Please be aware that they are actually very important. That's going to prevent a lot of issues like heat escaping onto plastics, melting things. The bike can run rough, of course, because air's escaping in places it shouldn't, and it's bypassing all of the sensors. So just be aware that if you plan on doing this, order some exhaust gaskets, because they're actually more important than you think. Okay guys, we've got all of the nuts off, and this was done with a combination of a ratchet spanner, this small 3/8 drive on a long extension and a short extension, and then with no extension as well. To do it without taking the radiator off is tricky, but I do not want to move that. So yes, it can be done without removing the radiator at all. So now we're going to disconnect the O2 sensors, get those out of the way, probably disconnect the servo that's at the back there, and then we'll be able to drop the whole thing out. To disconnect the cables from the servo, undo both of the nuts underneath here, and then you can pop those straight out. Then you'll be able to pop the cables out of the little holes, and then you have successfully disconnected those from the exhaust. I think we're going to have to move that out of the way. Yeah, there's a little bracket in there we're going to move. Cool. All right, much time has passed, and this has been the most difficult part of it so far, to remove one bolt. I don't know why they had this on the inside and then the oil filters here, so you can't access that. If they'd have just done it so that that was on that side, we wouldn't have had any issues, and it would have taken me an hour less. Anyway, moving on. Exhaust out. All right, so lining that bracket up there with the original one, I think is a good start, and then we can see got plenty of meat to play with up here, so that we can get that mounted, make sure that's going to clamp up here. And apparently this drops about 3 pounds or 1.3 kilos, I think that's the conversion, from removing this, which I do believe, and that's free power as well. But now we've got to cut this bad boy and throw that in the bin. So I did double check before I ordered it, but let's just confirm that the measurement of that is going to fit inside here. Oh, it's actually perfect. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. That's very impressive. Also, one other thing, I have to say, man, the welds on this don't look that bad for the price, man. Like, I'm not expecting perfection. Like, if you want perfection, go spend the big bucks and buy one of the expensive kits. But man, this isn't too bad. Whether it stays this way for very long, I don't know, but like, dude, that's pretty impressive. All right, we've got that marked where I want to cut it. Let's get it done. There's no going back now, guys. Okay, the original catalytic converter is 4.8 kilos. I could have cut a bit more off, but it's fine. Now let's pop the new one on and see how much weight we've lost. Well, it's so light that it's not even registering on the scale. These are not super sensitive, which means they're light. I don't know how much lighter. Okay, so we do need to reuse these brackets here, which require you to take these bolts out. The kit didn't come with any nuts. Luckily, I used my everlasting box of random nuts and bolts because they are attached to this, so they don't come off. So the kit doesn't come with these nuts. So if you do want to mount it properly, make sure you got a few of these M4 nuts, I believe they are. All right, so the exhaust rubbers have been installed. I think the smartest way to do this would be install the headers back onto the bike, get that part done, then that can slide onto this, and then we put that on and then see if it shoots flames and make happy time. Let's do it. Okay, so while you're staring at the back of my head, I do want to just remind you that you would normally have to heat cycle the manifold, then check those manifold bolts again. But we're not going to do that because this is the internet and we don't have that luxury. It's lining up pretty good. Okay. Amazon for the win. And for those that are saying, why would you put such a cheap exhaust on something that isn't a cheap bike? The idea is to see if you can do this on a budget and still get a good result. The person that sent me this exhaust is trying to do that for themselves and wants to know for real, because I do like nice stuff. I can't afford the stuff that I wish I could have. So that'll do. Yeah. Tell you what, the quality of these clamps is questionable. I'll definitely be replacing these. They're crap. All right guys, I've just popped the slip-on on just to make sure everything does fit. I am running out of time today, but I really want to hear this thing on cold start. So before I put the fairings on, I'm going to roll it outside. Two things we're going to check. Number one, does it sound cool? I'm pretty sure it will. Number two, because we've disconnected the servo at the back here because it's now gone, is it going to throw an engine code? If it does, then we need to go over to Riding Rubber, get them to delete that file from the ECU, and then hopefully we can send it. All right guys, moment of truth. I have no idea what's going to happen here. It might throw an engine code. Pretty sure it's going to be loud. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to call that a great success. That thing sounds amazing. It has that cranky raspiness about it, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. The other upside is it hasn't thrown an engine code yet. It might do that when we take for a proper ride and get some load onto it. I am expecting it to happen, and if it does happen, we have a solution by taking it down to the guys at Riding Rubber. So hopefully that's okay. And if you're interested in getting rid of your catalytic converter, I have put the link below straight to the Amazon site where you can get the exact same one that I've installed on my bike. But I need to get all of these fairings that are sitting here and the wings back on the bike so I can take it for a test ride. And on that ride, I'm going to chuck the 360 camera over the muffler and we're going to see if this thing shoots flames like I hope it does, and also, of course, see what it sounds like. But unfortunately, we have run out of time today, so that's going to have to wait until the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe for the next one when we find out how good this thing sounds. But unfortunately, we have run out of time today, so that's going to have to wait until the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe for the next one when we find out how good this thing sounds.